Welcome. My name is Tobi Akinnubi from the stables of Yoruba Times Media Organization. We have the news highlights for this week. Ogun State records first ever commercial flight to Abuja. Yoruba monarch petitions Ohinoyi of Ibiraland over appointment of Fulani man as Obaro of Kogi Central. TY president decries rising bandit attacks in Kwara and Kogi, calls for immediate government action. National Council of States unanimously approves appointment of Professor Amopito as INEC chairman. Tinubu orders reduction of 2026 art fairs. UI emerges Nigeria's best university for 2026. Blackwater founder Eric Prince calls for private force to defend Nigerian Christians. And in the world of sports for this week, Cristiano Ronaldo becomes first ever footballer to reach billionaire status. Now we have the news in details. In a historic milestone for Ogun State, the first ever commercial flight departed the Gateway International Airport on Wednesday morning, marking the formal commencement of commercial air operations in the state. The inaugural flight, which took off from the newly completed airport in Iperu or Kene local government area, landed safely in Abuja approximately 45 minutes later. According to reports, following the takeoff, Governor Dapo Abiodun addressed journalists in a brief 15-minute press conference before departing for Abeokuta. Shortly after, confirmation of the aircraft's safe arrival in Abuja was received. The development presents a major step forward in Ogun State's multimodal transport master plan, a vision championed by Governor Dapo Abiodun to position the state as a logistics and investment hub in southwest Nigeria. The Gateway Airport, one of the flagship projects of the Abiodun administration, has expected to boost trade, tourism, and connectivity while reinforcing Ogun State's status as an emerging industrial powerhouse. The Olukosi of Olukosi Ijesha in Osun State, Oba Omotoyosi Bayo Michael Akinleye JP, has petitioned the Ohinoyi of Ibiraland, Alhaji Ahmed Tijani Muhammad and Naji, over the turbaning of a Fulani man as the Obaru of Kogi State. The monarch described the move as an insult to Yoruba people, arguing that the Obaru title is a distinctly Yoruba heritage, traditionally reserved for the paramount ruler of Kaba in Kogi West. Oba Akinleye warned that conferring the Obaru title on a non-Yoruba individual amounts to cultural appropriation, capable of distorting historical and ethnic boundaries in Kogi State. He explained the title carries deep ancestral significance of the Okun Yoruba people and should not be extended beyond its historical and cultural context. While acknowledging the Ohinoi's authority as custodian of Ibira traditions, the Olukosi appealed for the reversal of the appointment in the interest of cultural preservation and inter-ethnic harmony. He emphasized the true unity in Nigeria must be built on respect for distinct cultural identities, not on actions, but blow them. President of Think Yoruba First, Oladimeji Bolarinwa, has raised alarm over the escalating bandit attacks in Kwara and Kogi states, urging immediate government intervention to safeguard lives and properties. He described the worsening insecurity as a serious threat to rural communities and regional stability. Speaking in a televised show, Bolarinwa identified Ifenodun, Edu, Patigi, and Babanla in Kwara State, along with parts of Kogi as areas repeatedly targeted by armed groups. He stressed that continued attacks have displaced residents and crippled local livelihoods, warning that government inaction could have their consequences. He called on federal, state, and local authorities to strengthen intelligence operations, enhance coordination among security agencies, and support affected communities. Bolarinwa also urged traditional and community leaders to collaborate with security forces, reaffirming TY's commitment to ensuring peace and stability across Yoruba-speaking regions. The National Council of State has unanimously approved the appointment of Professor Joash Ojo Amokuton, SAN, from Kogi State as the new chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. His nomination was presented by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu during the council's meeting in Abuja, following the end of Professor Mahmood Yakubu's tenure in October 2025. President Tinubu described Amokuton as apolitical and eminently qualified, noting that he is the first person from Kogi State to be nominated for such position. Governor Ahmad Usman Ododo of Kogi State and other council members commended the appointment, describing Professor Amokiton as a man of integrity and exceptional academic standing. In accordance with constitutional provisions, President Tinubu is expected to forward his name to the Senate for screening and confirmation. Professor Amokiton, 58, is a professor of law and deputy vice chancellor administration at the University of Jos, as well as the pro-chancellor of Joseph Aye Babalola University, Jabu, in Osun State. A senior advocate of Nigeria since 2014, he hails from Ayetoro Bede in Ijumu local government area of Kogi State and is widely recognized for his expertise in company law, evidence, and corporate governance. His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has ordered the National Art Commission of Nigeria, NACON, to immediately review and reduce the recently announced fares for the 2026 art. The directive followed a meeting between NACON officials and top government representatives at the presidential villa, Abuja, convened by Vice President Kashim Shettima, Deputy Chief of Staff to the President, Senator Ibrahim Adeja, saying the move aims to reflect the Naira's recent appreciation against the dollar. Adija explained that the arch fares were initially calculated using a pessimistic exchange rate of 1,550 naira to the dollar, leading to the prices between 8.2 million naira and 8.6 million naira, depending on the pilgrim's zone. He stated that with the naira's improved value, fares could now be reduced to between 7.6 million to 7.7 million naira, with final figures to be announced soon. Officials of NACON and State Muslim Pilgrims Welfare Boards commended the intervention, noting that it would ease the financial pressure on intending pilgrims. NACON Secretary Dr. Mustafa Muhammad assured that the Commission would comply fully with the President's directive, emphasizing that the adjustment would enable more Muslims to participate in the 2026 pilgrimage. The University of Ibadan, UI, has been ranked Nigeria's best university in the 2026 Times Higher Education World University Rankings, reclaiming the top spot from Covenant University, which held the position in 2024 and early this year. The latest ranking places UI and the University of Lagos, UNILAG, within the 1,801 to 1,000 global band, marking them among the world's top 1,000 universities. Covenant University, Bayero University, and Landmark University followed in the 1,001 and 1,200 category, while Ahmadu Bello University, the Federal University of Technology Mina, the University of Ilorin, and the University of Jos, and the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, were ranked between 1,201 to 1,005 globally. Over 40 Nigerian universities made the 2026 list, the highest number so far, reflecting the country's growing presence in global academia. The Times Higher Education World University Rankings evaluates institutions based on teaching, research quality, international outlook, and industry engagement. The inclusion of more Nigerian universities in this year's ranking highlights steady progress in the nation's higher education system and increasing competitiveness on the global stage. And from the foreign scene this week on our news around the world, Eric Prince, founder of the US-based private military company Blackwater, has unveiled plans to launch a private defense initiative aimed at protecting Christians in Nigeria from militant attacks. In a statement shared on his verified social media pages and reported by La Gazzetta, Prince said the mission would offer organized professional defense for communities facing violence from groups linked to ISIS and other extremist networks. Prince, a former Navy SEAL with extensive experience in private security operations across Africa and Middle East, also appealed to the Vatican for financial support, arguing that persecuted Christians in Nigeria need defense, not just prayers. He described the killings of Christians in Nigeria as a humanitarian crisis requiring immediate intervention. The proposal has sparked global debates from the legality and ethics of deploying private military forces for religious protection. As of press time, neither the Nigerian government nor the Vatican have responded to Prince's remarks. Prince, who founded Blackwater in 1997, remains a controversial figure due to the company's history of involvement in Iraq and Afghanistan and the 2007 Baghdad incident that led to international criticism. And coming straight this week from the world of sport, Cristiano Ronaldo has officially become the first active footballer to reach billionaire status, according to the Bloomberg Billionaires Index, which listed his net worth as $1.4 billion. The valuation takes into account the 40-year-old Al Nassr forward's career earnings, endorsement deals, and global investment. Bloomberg attributed Ronaldo's immense wealth to his tax-free contracts in Saudi Arabia and major brand partnerships with Nike and Armani. Reports by BBC Sports and ESPN also revealed that his two-year contract extension with Al Nassr, worth over $400 million, significantly boosted his fortune and will keep him at the club beyond his 42nd birthday. Despite achieving financial and sporting milestones, Ronaldo told Portugal's Canal 11 that he has no immediate plans to retire, even as his family encourages him to consider it. The five-time Ballon d'Or winner remains football's highest-paid player and holds the most international goal record with 141 goals in 223 appearances. And that is all we have for you this week on our news around the world. For more news and media updates, you can visit our pages on X and on Facebook at The Yoruba Times, and also visit our website at www.theyorubattimes.com. See you next week.